Welcome everyone. Today's video finds us over here in Siem Reap, and we're at a temple that's pretty new construction. It was built in 1191. It is quite old. So this is one of the most significant temples here in the Angkor complex, and I guess the history of it goes back to Jayavarman VII, and he built this temple in honor of his father. And it's Preah Khan, I believe is how you say it. I'm going to mispronounce it, but it means the royal sword. So we're going to walk around and let's look at this and enjoy this. First enter, they have all these carved stones, and you walk down this little walkway. This is kind of a common theme that you'll see. You'll see these with like a royal walkway, and it'll have all the carved figures in the bottom. And you can see kind of some of these. It'll have, I don't know if this is like a little mythical monkey or what this is. You can see how it looks. And they're holding up the top part. Some of them are in a little better condition than others. But this is what greets you when you first come into the temple. And we'll walk up this little walkway. It's probably about 100 meters long or so. And I'm sure at one point this was all like stone down here on the bottom when you walked in. You can see on the other side here. Yeah, how cool is this? And it has some more of those little columns right there. You can see the giant's face. So this is all 12th century, and it's still here today to come and enjoy. Most of the heads are gone. There's only probably about a dozen or so that are still remaining. And this was surrounded by a moat. So you can see the moat right here. And then we'll go into the temple. And you can see all these massive stones here. That's the walkway. It's a little uneven now. Oh, and I got some boats over there. So I don't know if the workers go out there onto the moat. They probably do. All right, so let's go in here. We can see the outer wall of the temple. Looks like they've got it braced up right here. So they're doing a little bit to keep it from collapsing. And we can see the last giant's head. 4 heads in each direction. And then I don't know if this was like a 3-headed Naga at the end of the tail. I don't know how they did it. And they have a few rocks or the bricks from the construction. Oh, and check that out. Right over here, this is the entrance. You can see the lintel up above with the carvings. And they've come in and they've shored this up. And the colonnade. Yeah, that's really cool. Let's look at this right here. So just to the left of the entrance. This looks like a Garuda. It's missing a little stone right there above it, and then there would have been some little figures in right here, and those are all across the top of the wall. You can see the walls kind of collapsing down a little bit right there, and then a few of the pieces of it. But those look like 2 Naga right there to the left and right, and then we'll go into here now. You can see over here they have some of the little carvings. So they have the little figures carved right into the stone. And this is a faux window right here. The Khmer like to do that. They like to put these fake windows and doors in. And you can see there's carvings up there. There's Naga. Oh, this is amazing. You can see a couple more here. And it looks like they had like a lotus blossom or lotus bud up on top. Yeah, this one here, the stone carvings are quite nice. Looks like it's got a crack right down the middle. All right, and then it leads you into another little walkway. And this is quite cool because it has like the Naga and it's getting pulled by the giants. You can see the Naga tail. Oh, that's fantastic. And then right here we got a monkey, so hopefully he won't come over and try to bite me. Let him go. Yeah, you gotta be mindful of the monkeys. They will bite you. They're wild animals. So you can see the Naga face right there, and then this is its tail. It's got its legs, and these will be the giants. This is really similar to the entrance. So when you come into Angkor, you'll cross the bridge and it'll have these figures also. And then you get the multi-headed right there. Oh, that's really cool. You can see a few more of the little stone carvings here. Same over here. These are a little bit more weathered. All right, so let's see if there's another Garuda over on this side of the entrance. Looks like there is over here. Yeah, so we can see it right here. So these are kind of like an eagle, but these are Garuda, I believe. And you can see the Naga has a little bit of the detail still left in it here. And then you can see here his feet. And then they carved it up too, like the little belt. Oh, that is great. And then the tree is overgrowing the wall right here. And you can see some more of those little figures up on top. And then looking out into the moat. And then over here is that entranceway. Yeah, that is great. And here has a lot of carvings that are remaining in here. Let's go into the middle one. That has maybe the best look when we go in. This is just the outer gate, the outer wall. I think this temple takes up 132 or 138 acres. So it is absolutely massive. And in normal Khmer fashion, there was no shortage of stones moved to bring it in. You can see up there, and then that tree that's overgrown the wall. Okay, so this will just lead us right into the temple now. There's just trees and everything that's overgrown the inner part of this courtyard. Now this temple here, they started restoring it in 1991, I believe. And it's been like private funds that have helped restore it. And they're wanting to keep it into the jungle setting. So that's why they haven't cleared out all of these trees. And it's quite a peaceful setting in here. You hear the birds. Now we're coming up to the temple itself, as you can see. So we'll climb up on this little walkway and we'll go in. Okay, so this is the walkway going in. Now on the outside of this, where they have the Garudas, there are a total of 72 of them. And they're at 50-meter intervals all around the outer wall. I think they used this as a university. They said that there was like 100,000 servants, 1,000 dancers, all kinds of stuff going on in this temple. So these would have been, looks like the Naga around here. And then they have some of these freestanding statues. Some of them have been taken away to preserve them, but these two are still here. And you can see the work up there. You got chariots, you got all kinds of stuff on that. It's a little dark, but hopefully it'll come out on the camera. And these are the colonnades that are right here, more stone carvings. And we're getting ready to go inside here, and I can feel a nice cool breeze. Got some more of the little figures. Yeah, the amount of stonework that they did on this was absolutely incredible. This is a little bit away from some of the more popular, like Ta Prohm and all of that. So when you come here, the crowds will be pretty small. And it has all these high thresholds. So you will have to do a lot of up and down. They are not handicap accessible at all. Okay, so you can see in here, they have all these columns. They have these cross beams here also to stabilize it. The engineering that they put into this is incredible. And just the amount of stones. Now, I see the modern way that they restore these is with cranes. Back in the day, they didn't have gas-powered cranes. It was all muscle power. I mean, they would have had hoists and stuff like that. The guys were still creative. And they were pretty clever, but this is still just all about work. And it looks like they've supported this beam here, trying to keep it from collapsing. Okay, so let's go out of this little walkway. We've got some people taking pictures here. You can see here, they've carved all of this. And then the colonnades. And then in here, looks like they have some of the bricks that they're doing the restoration. And you can see the laterite stones over there. And then all these carvings, this is wow. If you've never been to Angkor, you can't appreciate how big all of these sites are and just how much work has went into it. You drive through here and there's just all these humongous temples. And remember, this is all surrounded by a wall as well. All right, so you got some more of the carvings here. Oh, and we'll go in. Now, I don't know if this temple, it was a Hindu temple. I don't know if it was dedicated to Shiva or Vishnu, which god it was dedicated to. I think it was Vishnu. If you know, you can tell me in a comment down below. We have like a little Buddha here, and then back in there you can't go that way because it's all just rubble from the restoration. All these little windows. This looks like it might have been like a faux window at one time that the rocks have collapsed out, but it does open up and it gives you some light now. Okay, this part here has been all restored. These are newer bricks. You can tell just because there's no moss and all of that growing on them. And as you can see here, this is all the covered part of the walkway. So the archaeologists will come and they'll take all of these stones away. They'll kind of put the puzzle back together. It's a daunting task, but whenever they get these put back together, it's quite magnificent. You can see here how it's kind of separated. So hopefully they'll get all of this put back one of these days, probably another 50 years. And just more of these little walkways. And then a little trail you can go back there and you can look around. But you can see the laterite wall and then the sandstone. There's a naga, stuff like that out here. Yeah, this is really nice. Now this temple here, whenever they came, they first started to take the trees out, I think it was like in the 1920s. And they found a lot of historical evidence here that really told a lot of the details about the temple and about the way of life of the Khmer here in Angkor. I guess the trees were a really invasive species and it was quite difficult to restore this. You can see now there's just all the walls and everything that are kind of down, and more of the little walkways around the outside here. We got some more photographers going on here. So you can see the stonework here and the colonnades. And then all of these stones right here had these like floral and other patterns carved into it. But like right here you can see there's like the Garuda, and there's those like lions. And then some other things here across the bottom. And I think they carve those in 3 steps to get their final design. You can see some more up here across the top. And then up here's another Shiva Lingua stone. And then this opens up into like a little courtyard. Yeah, this would have been the Shiva Linga. And then you can see over here there's libraries and other buildings that were all in here. You can see all these little details all over the place. Yeah, it's really amazing. I think these are like the little dancers that are right here. And I think there's 1,000 of them on all these walls. I could be wrong, but I think that's what I read. And this would have been a 2-story little building. And some more detail work. And then you have all these figures all around. So it says, do not touch the carvings. You can see that one there is missing the head. This would have been another one of the fake windows. This temple is orientated to the east, like pretty much everything was in Angkor. check out how nice that is. And then some of the other smaller little carvings all around the bottom and these up here. And then we can see all this back in here. You can see where they've supported the overhang that covers the covered walkway. Yeah, this is really nice. Yeah, this is a temple I've never been to. I've been to Angkor a couple times, but this is the first time I've came to this temple. See up there, there's like an elephant. Oh yeah. Yeah, when you come here, you need to allocate probably like an hour to 2 hours of your time to see all of this. I mean, you can just power through it, but then you're going to miss all the little details that make places like this really special. You can see over here, this is in kind of the north side. But I really, really like how they did these covered walkways with the stone. And up there, that's the laterite stones they used up on the top. And they even put little details all through there. Ah, quite amazing. Yeah, this hasn't been restored at all. This is just debris over here. You can see here, this and here, the top of it is in pretty bad condition. I think this was a 2-story building here. Now, one of these was covered in bronze. I don't know if this was it. Check this out right here. Now, this looks like a Sri Lankan little chetty, like a bell that goes up into the little spire. And it's right here in the center of this prong. And it's kind of cool because you can get like a breeze coming down this way. You can feel a natural breeze coming through here. And then you have like the base of a Buddha, and then the walkway goes all that way. And it goes this way in the 4 directions. Oh, this is fantastic. This is unbelievable. You can see just right down here, just looking right out at all the little walkways. Okay, so let's go off this direction here. Here's another one of the little deals for Hinduism, and then there's a partial Buddha image on top. And then we have a lot more of the rocks. These columns here are in danger of collapsing. You can see they've supported them up over there also. They tell you do not climb. But how would you like the job of this right here? This is a massive stone. So from what I understand, they would drill these holes and then they would put wood in it, and they would use that to carry these humongous pieces of stone. And then whenever they put them in place, they would just break them off, and then the wood would decompose. But that thing there is just absolutely massive, but they moved them. Manpower, they used elephants. And these right here, check that out. That's all was one piece of stone at one time. Now it's broken right there. And that's the columns that they would use to support the roof. Just absolutely amazing. Yeah, the scale of Angkor is just mind-boggling. You know, you see pictures of all of these temples, but when you're out here walking around and you're climbing through it, it really tells you how much work these guys did. You can see up there they carved it. There's some more of the chariots with the horses. Now when you go to Angkor Wat, they have a mural that goes all around it. And so we're back over here. You can see some more of the carvings. Some vines hanging down. And then we have another series of these little walkways, little stairs, or like the little thresholds. We got some kids coming. And this is just absolutely massive. This is another cavernous hall. Holy cow, this is big. And just look at the size of this stone right here. So they move that into place. And more things over here. So they have these stones that they haven't put back into place yet. And it's all covered. It's quite cool out in here, out of the heat of the sun. You can see one of the little figures right here on it. Yeah, it's kind of dark in here, so I hope this will turn out on the camera. Right here you can see part of the challenge that the people renovating it have. So you see how that tree is just grown right into the wall, and it goes right up there. So if you cut it down and the tree dies, the root dies, it causes these walls to collapse also. So they have a big challenge here. Most of them, these big trees, they've left them in place. It's kind of cool. And it looks like nobody's over here. One person way at the end of this walkway. So this is a huge temple, but it is away from the main part where everybody wants to go. So you can come here, you can climb all over these, look at all the little details, spend as much time as you want, and you're kind of away from the crowds. Which if you like to just see some of this Khmer styling, then this is definitely the place to come. You can see here, here's another one of the little dancers, and some more of the colonnades. And then here's another one of those little Hindu places, and then they put a Buddha on top of it. Yeah, a lot of them ones that were in the better condition, they've taken them off, and they're in a museum or somewhere. And then this is outside. Oh, just check that out over there. Oh, there is so much to see here. That looks like maybe like a library over there. Let's see if we can get to it. These places are kind of a maze with all the stones. Another one of the low doors. Oh, this is so cool. So they have another little monument over here. Looks like it has those lions on it. And this is the Naga on the little bridge. Oh, that is so cool. So this is really similar to what we saw when we came in, except for this just a small little stone bridge right here in the middle of the temple complex. And this one over here is in pretty bad shape. And then this in here, I don't know if we can climb those steps or not. You can see the lions up there. Oh, this is amazing. And then, oh, check this out outside here. We have some of the little water, and there's a little figure right there next to that little moat. It looks like there would have been 4 of them. So those are set on those little pedestals. Oh, there would have been 6. There's 2 more that would have been right up on top. So this is the little figure right here. And it's set on this little stone platform, and there would have been 2 of them. And then there's just has this water. But what an amazing sight this is. Now the water has all that algae growing on it, but it doesn't take anything away from looking at that 2-story little building right there. Okay, so this was a cow. That's what it is. Had one of the guys that works here, he came by and told me what it was. Check out the mushrooms growing. And some more of the little buildings back here. Check that out, that is so cool. You can see this building here that's made out of all the laterite. And they haven't restored it at all. Just has the vines growing, had the little support columns right there. And then there's the main part over there. How cool is this right here? So those columns are kind of like, they're almost like our Greek columns. And you can see they have some butterflies and stuff flying around here. And it's just in this middle of this little compound here. You see all the walls. Yeah, how amazing is this place? So you can see on the opposite side where we first came in, they have those. So you can climb up there. So let's climb up and see what it looks like. So this is way awesome up here. Ah. You can see back over there that 2-story building. And then this is looking down at that little body of water that's in here. And then they've had like a wall up on top here. And now they have like a little shrine set right here. So the locals that come over, they still will pray here. So this is still a sacred site to them. So maybe this will help you appreciate just how big this temple is. Look at those massive stones over there, and then those covered walkways, and he just goes right back into the trees. And this whole complex is surrounded by an outer wall also. So you see how many stones are here? And that's not even as many as what they used to make the outer wall. I mean, these are just basically a mountain. They carved a mountain and moved them over here. So we have the Naga here again. And then this has a raised platform. And then they carved these stones into little discs, and then they put them, you can see how they stacked them, and then they put mortar in between. And then they would have plastered over the top of them and done all of that. And this would have been 2 stories. So we're looking at the ground floor here, and then they have the upper level. Yeah, these stones are just absolutely massive. I mean, that's, I don't know, about 3 foot across in diameter. So huge. You can see there's more of the temple over that way. And let's go out this one in here and let's see what's outside here. There would have been another huge, huge tower right there. A little prong, same as over here, over the entrances. You can see along this wall here, they have all the little figures, and then they have all those fake windows with those little colonnades. And that's all along there, it's all carved. And this would have been a covered walkway. And the same here. Oh, this video here is probably going to be an hour and a half long. There's so much to see here, and I'm just scratching the surface. This is what it looks like out here. This is a huge platform that they built. It had the Naga and all that all around. And you can see some of the lions over there. And then check out how that tree, they're trying to keep it from collapsing because that tree died. And then this is the entrance. It's just unbelievable. And then all the rest of this is just jungle. And they're just leaving it like that. So that's going to finish up our video over here at this 12th century temple. This is just mind-boggling. So this was built in 1191 by Jayavarman VII in honor of his father. Now there's another temple that he built for his mother. It's Ta Prohm, I believe that's the one he built for his mother. And that's not too far away from here. But these temples are just so massive. And when you come, you're going to climb up and down over all these stones. And it's going to be really, really hot. Today has been so hot, my camera kept overheating. I went to my backup camera and it was overheating. It's the first time it's ever overheated on me. And it was getting too hot. But it's definitely come here and endure the heat and climb around on all these stones. Now this temple here, it is the, like, what do they call it? The royal sword. And it is fantastic. It's a lot more quiet compared to if you go to Angkor Wat or the more popular ones. And I would definitely recommend coming over here and taking a look at this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a little bit more time walking around because it's not every day I get to go see a 12th century temple. And I'll just enjoy the rest of the afternoon. If you liked the video, smash like. If this is your first time here, subscribe, stick around, and you're notified when I post a new video. And smash the like button or leave me a comment. Tell me if you've been here, what you thought, and all that. If you're as impressed as I am, I'm sure you can't help but to be impressed. So from over here in Siem Reap, remember, life is a journey. Until next time, enjoy.